There are countless story variations and theories regarding the events surrounding the Tate LaBianca murders, from hundreds of sources with varying degrees of reliability. Some theories go so far as to claim that Charles Manson had nothing to do with the murders at all, and that the whole thing was a massive conspiracy and an upset job. I tell you, we have tried to retell the story as accurately and as factually as possible, to the best of our knowledge, based on years of research. Undoubtedly, some people will still find something they are unhappy with. They always do. That's how people are. The Tate and LaBianca murders in the summer of 1969 changed the world. Carried out by members of the Manson family, led by Charles Manson. The murders forced celebrities and ordinary citizens to rethink their personal security, and many people began locking their doors for the first time. The murders also came to symbolize the end of the hippie movement. I tell you, it's always something.
Helter-skelter, dictionary definition, noun, a tower-shaped structure found at a fairground with a spiral rack outside of it down which people slide on a mat. Now, according to Charles Manson, the concept was a little bit more complicated. His personal dictionary definition would have read, noun, the end of the world brought on by the Beatles. It's funny that such a silly song could become such a notorious expression. Manson's need to associate the Beatles' music with the Bible would be so distorted that it would lead to several pointless murders and scare the living hell out of everyone on the planet at some point in time. On August 8th and 9th of 1969, 7 murders were committed that became known as the Tate LaBianca murders. Stephen Parent, Abigail Folger, Wojtek Frykowski, Jay Sebring, Sharon Tate and her unborn child, Rosemary and Leno LaBianca. They were slaughtered by a group of kids in their 20s, hippies. Up until this time, we all knew what the bad guys looked like. They wore black and they hid out in shadows and they had shady expressions. They were predictable. Now, these murderers were kids, and these kids became known as the Manson family. Upon Charlie Manson's release from prison in 1967, he was let loose near the Haight-Ashbury district in San Francisco, Hippie Haven. He was a singer, songwriter, not particularly good, not particularly bad, but he had a charm to him, and he began charming girls, petty thieves looking for guidance. Charlie became their guru. They brought a bus down to L.A. Deborah Harry claims that she was offered a ride, and holed up in a vacated movie ranch near Simi Valley, where he tried to make it in the recording business. When this case broke in December of 1969, it became even more fascinating. More murders were discovered, murder plots, Armageddon. It involved rock stars, Hollywood royalty, and hippies. You could not make this stuff up. Michelle Phillips, from the Mamas and the Papas, and a friend of Sharon and Roman, said that after the murders, the rich and famous in Hollywood would live, at best, in an enduring state of anxiety, and at worst, in paranoia.